So far, the Battle of Yarmouk helped the Muslims spread Islam peacefully in Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan. Now, there were two major places that were left: Egypt and Palestine. Since Palestine was closer, the Muslims decided to go there first, specifically Jerusalem. At one point, the Muslims were very strong, and the people of Jerusalem already liked Islam. But the Roman soldiers and some Christian leaders did not like the Muslims. Caliph Umar ibn Talha ordered the Muslim army not to have any war in that holy land. The Muslims very much respected Jerusalem as their holy land, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent many prophets in that land. Even the Muslims' first prayer direction was to Jerusalem. Even Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was taken to the seventh sky during the night of the Miraj from this holy land. In order to have a peaceful agreement with the Christian Roman soldiers of Jerusalem, the Muslims were waiting for around 4 months outside the town. It was hard for the Muslims, but still, they decided not to attack the Holy Land because Islam always wants peace. The leader of Jerusalem became very surprised to see the Muslims' kindness to the Christian people. They started to think that King Heraclius was the one that was very bad. He was the one who forced the poor people to pay high taxes and did not give any freedom of religion. They were thinking that God was picking the Muslims to rule this holy land. So, the leaders of Jerusalem were ready to make a peace agreement with the Muslims. Normally, the commanders-in-chief are the ones who usually sign peace agreements. But here, they wanted Caliph Umar ibn Talha to sign the peace agreement instead and personally give him the keys of this holy land. Right away, the commander-in-chief Abu Ubaidah sent a letter to Medina. Some of Umar ibn Talha's advisors told him not to go to Jerusalem. Ali ibn Talha was very smart and intelligent, and he advised Umar ibn Talha to go to Jerusalem because that is a holy land for all the Muslims, Christians, and even the Jews. If the caliph goes there, the different religious people would feel safe. They would know that the caliph was on their side even though they follow a different religion. Umar ibn Talha liked Ali ibn Talha's advice and started his journey to the holy city of Jerusalem. Even though by this time the Muslims became very powerful, Caliph Umar ibn Talha traveled in an extremely simple way. For his journey, the Caliph of Islam only took a camel, some barley for food, a wooden cup, and a servant. The journey from Medina to Jerusalem was very long. Umar ibn Talha was on top of the camel, but when he realized that his servant was getting tired from walking in the hot desert sun, immediately Caliph Umar ibn Talha got down from the camel and told the servant to ride on the camel instead. The servant was shocked to see how the Caliph of Islam, or the king of the Muslim Ummah, was giving such respect to a servant. During their entire journey, Caliph Umar ibn Talha and the servant took turns riding the camel. When they were close to Jerusalem, it was the servant's turn to ride the camel. The servant felt really bad and requested Caliph Umar ibn Talha to ride the camel. But Caliph Umar ibn Talha said that it was the servant's turn, so the servant should ride the camel. The people of Jerusalem and the Christian leaders were waiting to welcome the most powerful powerful Muslim leader or king. They saw that two people were coming their way. One was walking, and the other one was riding a camel. So, they thought the servant was the caliph. But when the Muslim commanders Abu Ubaidah and Khalid bin Walid were showing respect to the person who was walking, the people of Jerusalem were confused. They could not recognize the Muslims' most powerful leader. They were surprised to see how a leader or the king had such simple clothes and the best behavior. They were really happy to have such a leader. Outside of the city, Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala signed the peace agreement. He promised the people of Jerusalem that they could live peacefully and safely. They would have the freedom of religion, keep their lands, keep their churches, and all of their religious items would be safe. Finally, in the year of 637, Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala entered the holy city of Jerusalem. The Christian leader or priest welcomed and gave him the key to Jerusalem. When the Christian leader saw Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala's simple clothes and politeness, he understood the greatness of the Muslim leader and gave him the highest level of respect. He showed Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala all around the city and took him to their holy church. The Christian leader offered him to pray in their church. Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala thought that if he prayed inside the holy church, many years later, some Muslims might break the peace agreement and take away the church from the Christians. So, to protect the Christians' holy place, he did not pray there, but still respected the place very much. The Christian leader was shocked at the Muslims' kindness and understood the situation. He then took Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala to the famous place, the Baytul Muqaddas, which was the direction where the Muslims used to pray during the beginning of Islam. But unfortunately, it was ruined by the Roman soldiers because remember, they did not give the freedom of religion. Seeing that place, the Muslims became very sad. Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala started to pick up the rocks and cleaned the place. The Christian leader was shocked again to see the leader of the Muslim world picking up the pieces and cleaning the area by himself. In a short time, the Muslims cleaned the place and called the adhan for prayer. The Muslims' eyes were filled with tears of joy and happiness and thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their prayer. After all, this was the third most Islamic holy place. The first one is in Makkah, where the Kaaba is. The second is in Medina, where the Prophet's mosque is. And this was the third place, the Baytul Muqaddas. For many years, only Christians were allowed to live in Jerusalem. But after the Muslims were in control of Jerusalem, Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala allowed everyone, the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews, to live in that place and practice their own religion. It was a very emotional day for the Jews because for almost 500 years, the Christians were very cruel and bad to the Jews. But under the Muslim rule, the Jews finally were able to live peacefully and practice their religion in Jerusalem. Alhamdulillah, after Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala, the Muslims, Christians, and the Jews lived peacefully together in Jerusalem, the holy city.